Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Samcrac, and recently I've heard a lot of people say that the deals are dead at the Salvage auction. Well, these people couldn't be more wrong. In the past month, I've been the highest bidder on a few cars, and the deals continue to be tremendous. Almost as good as the deals going on right now over at Cove Audio. The wireless commuter speaker might be small, but it fills my barn with big sound. And the battery on it lasts 8 hours long, which gets me through an entire day of wrenching. When I'm walking from the barn to the garage, sometimes out in the field to feed the cows, I'm usually wearing these, the Cove Strive wireless headphones. I no longer deal with those annoying corded headphones that get caught on literally everything when I'm working on a car. They'll rip the earbuds right out of your ear. Sometimes the phone comes right out of your pocket with it, thanks to the Strive headphones. And if you go right now to my link in the description box below, you'll be treated to 65% off your very own set of Strive headphones or a commuter speaker. Now I want to give a big thanks to Cove for being a continued sponsor of the channel. Before we roll out the new additions to my garage, we must do a little bit of house cleaning. Recently, I assured everyone that I would finish my Focus RS before starting any new projects. The Focus RS is really the only loose end here and is nearing completion. My good friend V-Tune has everything assembled and just got the final delivery of trim and hardware from the local dealership to finish this car up. It feels great to be able to show you guys the progress being made on a rebuild project. Unlike Rich rebuilds in his Teslas. Since Vice launched Rich's career, he bought multiple salvage Teslas, not one or two, but likely well over 7. While the exact number hasn't been disclosed, ask Rich how many of these cars he's actually rebuilt to completion. The number is kinda 1. I say kinda 1 because Dolores, the car that Rich claims to have finished, the one that he drives around his main Tesla that you see in his videos, is constantly breaking down. It's leaking fluids, and it's pretty obvious he still hasn't assembled the front trunk area. About a year ago, Rich bought a Flood Salvage P85D, the first Tesla that came with ludicrous mode, a super fast car, and a project that I got really excited about. Rich followed up his initial unveiling with a few short videos literally just prying irrelevant pieces out of the car with a steak knife, and then just letting everyone know that he'll work on this car when he can because, well, he's got a full-time job. In stark contrast between work on my Focus RS, I started and finished an Audi RS7, Audi R8, and a Porsche 911. And we'll be checking up on all of those builds in just a moment, but back to Rich. His latest video, What Tesla Knows About You, has a very intriguing thumbnail. Tesla's black box, huh? Sounds really interesting. Watch this video and you'll be welcomed by Rich reminding everyone about
my full-time job,
followed by a few-minute segment discussing my Focus RS project, and in the remainder of the video, Rich unscrews a part of a Tesla to expose an SD card. Rich, it's pretty clear that you've run out of content, but no worries, I'm here to help you with that. You see, this right here is an SD card. It isn't some sort of Tesla black magic. It's simply a media storage device, and it's utilized in conjunction with the device kind of like this. See, this is a camera right here. This is what real content creators use to record their own footage. You take the SD card, you simply insert it into the camera, and you record a video. Now, when you're done, you could take that SD card out, check out that footage, and place it into a sequence to make a YouTube video. It seems when Rich isn't using someone else's footage, he's getting his videos to 10 minutes by including several minutes of him unscrewing and screwing Tesla trim pieces and modules. Speaking of screwing, Rich's Electrified Garage Indiegogo campaign featured a pack of prophylactics with his name written on them as one of the perks for donating. To all those who donated $10, congratulations. You just got f***ed by a Richard. The Electrified Garage is Rich's pet project, an auto repair shop geared towards EVs or electric vehicles, which makes about as much sense as when Rich walks his bald head into a Great Clips and asks for a number 4. Electric cars need little to no maintenance. It's one of their best features. Common parts like tires and brakes can be serviced anywhere, and I'd venture to guess that 90% of EV owners are under warranty, especially due to their high lease rates, making the Electrified Garage about as effective as a life coach in a funeral parlor. Nothing Rich has done in recent memory seems to make any sense, but it's definitely amusing, and that's what makes Rich Rebuilds not only a great guy, but one of YouTube's most entertaining automotive technology channels. Rich, I'm glad to call you one of my closest friends, and you're a great father. I'd consider even asking you to be my kid's godparent one day. I'd just make sure that you never taught them how to complete a project. At this pace, I'd bet that this guy, who's on part 27 of a fire salvage Hellcat rebuild, will finish his car well before you even get that P85D running. We've got cows on cars, a new addition to the channel, truck back there, couple of cars right there, another new addition all the way back in the distance, and you know that the pizza car lives in the barn. So much to cover, but let's start off with what might interest you guys first, and that would be what's coming to the channel. This big guy is about the size of a car and might be a good hint as to what one of the cars on the way might be. So recently I bought 3 salvage auction cars, and they're 3 very different salvage auction cars. The first, a cheap pickup truck. I feel like everyone needs a cheap pickup truck. This one has a clean title, has higher mileage, and it has normal wear. So you're gonna see how good a cheap pickup at the salvage auction is, one that doesn't need very much major body reconditioning. The second one is a supercar rebuild, an exotic. Now, it seems like the popular supercar to be rebuilt right now is the Lamborghini Huracan, and I could tell you it is not a Huracan, but what I can tell you is that this car had pretty significant accident damage. It was listed as a run and drive, and it kind of did run and drive, and it had no airbag deployment with super low miles. I got it stupid cheap, and I've already bought most of the parts that it needs to be completed. I believe that this car will be, if not the cheapest example, one of the cheapest examples that ever exists for it, and it will be an amazing value when it's done because of its low mileage. I can't wait to show this to you. I think it's gonna be my best project ever. And the last car is a cheap enthusiast car. It was originally purchased at a salvage auction with flood damage. It has a major electrical issue, and I purchased it from its previous owner less than they paid at the salvage auction for it, and they put some work into it themselves. So this is a car that's about a third of the price, is a clean example. We're gonna see if we can't knock that electrical issue out. If we can, we're gonna have an amazing enthusiast car with a 6-speed manual. Now, I hope I gave you enough hints to figure some stuff out. If you think you know what these cars are, let me know in the comments section below. But since I'm adding 3 cars to the garage, that means we need to eliminate at least 3 of them. I've already sold 1, and I'm gonna show you the rest of the cars now and tell you what's on its way out. The 911, a car that, in my opinion, looks way better than it drives. This is a car that I was really excited to buy, and the first time I took it out on the road, I was very underwhelmed by it. Kind of boring, and overall, it's in really good shape. It has 100,000 miles on it. If you watch the rebuild project, you know I bought it with a little bit of slight undercarriage damage, really simple stuff, few hammer hits, reassembly in the front with a ton of maintenance, and it really drives like a new car. I've put probably 25-30 miles on it, no issues, runs excellent, and the #1 question I've got in my email box is, will you sell this car to me? And the answer, unfortunately, is no, I will not, because I've already committed this car to a friend. They've already bought it, and so this car will be leaving, but man, I just love looking at it because it's in such good shape, and it cost me well under 10 grand. This was an auction bargain. Now, I say this was an auction bargain. This cost 3 times as much as that, and this is a way better deal. This is the 2014 Audi RS7 Stage 2 Plus, a car that will run the quarter mile in right around 10 seconds, 0 to 60, right around 3 seconds. A few people have broken that record, and this is an incredible car. From the feedback I've gotten in my comments, I really think that some of you like this even better than my Audi R8. It's a phenomenal looking car, but there's only one thing wrong with it, and that is the fact that I never drive it. I probably put about 50 miles on this car, and I've owned it, I hate to admit, close to a year. I tell myself all the time, I've got to sell it. When I don't drive a car, there's no reason in keeping it around. But just starting it up to drive it from the garage over here, listening to the exhaust, it's got a Army Tricks 2-stage exhaust, so you can open the flaps, close them. This is like the ultimate daily driver, and I can't come to grips with selling it just yet. So, not leaving as of right now, but it might in the near future. I almost just walked right past the barn and forgot all about the pizza car. This is my favorite car. It is the cheapest car I own, but it brings me the most joy. I'm in it a little bit over a grand. This is a 2,000 mile pristine example DXP car. I'm guessing that I am
one of probably 2 or 3 private owners of these cars. I think that you could buy a Ferrari or a Maserati or a Lamborghini, and it just isn't as unique as this because nobody else has one. So this will be staying here permanently. I gotta wipe the cobwebs off of it at one point though. Inspired by the black Americana chicken, we have the Viesta ST. This is exactly how and why I got into rebuilding cars. I wanted this car. It retailed for over $20,000 at the time that I bought it. I paid $3 with the whole entire front end smashed off of it, fixed it up, have quite a bit more into it now, and it has been amazing. I put over 10,000 miles on this car over the last few years, and it has been extremely reliable. Only one part has broken, a $6 blend door actuator. It didn't even stop the AC from working. But this is one of those cars that will be replaced. The Ford Focus RS will be taking its spot, and I'll be selling this very soon. I'm personally convinced the Audi R8 is the best supercar anybody could buy, whether you buy it at a salvage auction or just buy it at a dealership. This is a car that you can use pretty much every single day. You can get the parts at a local dealership, and while they're not cheap, they're not stupid expensive. It shares a lot of common features with the Lamborghini, and it makes this car just an all-around amazing value, especially this one right here. I'm in it about half of what a retail counterpart would cost, and this really is a car that I've always wanted. With the 6-speed manual transmission, I'd imagine that values on it are pretty stabilized and it won't lose a lot in value over time, so I have no plans on selling this car anytime soon. There's a couple other cars that aren't currently at the barn right now. Let's just lightning round through those. The C6 Corvette Grand Sport, you're not going to see that anymore because it has been sold. The Mint Cayenne Turbo, well, it's just sitting and collecting leaves in the same place. That car will either be sold, it will be given away here on the channel, or it will be donated. I'm not quite sure what to do with it yet. And the last car, the Lemon Lincoln, a car that I'm constantly getting comments that I should do an update video on. I haven't owned that car quite a year yet, so I don't think an update video would be a fair assessment of it quite yet. But when we had that issue where it broke down twice in 48 hours, after its second repair, it has traveled an additional 6,000 miles. It has had no issues, and it's still under warranty, so everything is good there. Now, I know that you're disappointed I didn't show you each and every one of my new builds, but don't worry, they are coming very soon. The next video will be an unveiling of one of these cars, and just shortly after that will be the main event, the supercar rebuild project. So if you're excited to see that, be sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Also, if you're not already following me on Instagram, where I'll be unveiling all of the new projects there before they come live here on YouTube, be sure to just go there or click the link in the description box below. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching today, and I'll catch you very soon.